Welcome back, guys, to BTL Productions. Today, we're going to talk about the Dodge Charger Daytona Banshee. It's now gone before it even got here. What happened? Well, stick with me for a few minutes and I will tell you all about it. So, guys, here we go. So this car was announced more than 3 years ago at Roadkill Nights. Tim Kuniskis was on stage and told us that this car was going to be the savior of the EVs. It was going to both attract EV buyers and muscle car buyers. Well, that didn't happen. Yeah. It was supposed to be their top tier EV. It was going to kill the Hellcat brand. And we all know how that turned out. But now, this week, it's being reported by all major automotive news outlets, specifically Mopar Insiders, which I think were the first ones to actually unveil the news for this vehicle and its demise. But I mean, it's been Car and Driver, Motor Trend, all these other ones. They've also reported the same thing. So Dodge has been a little bit cagey about it and saying, well, you know, they're reconsidering things, they're reconfiguring things, blah, 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 blah. Anyhow, it's dead. It's gone. And it basically follows a whole list of EV cancellations, delays by Stellantis, which is not a bad thing. I mean, we all know the EV climate in the United States and Canada as a whole has changed drastically over the last 6 months to a year. Earlier this year, Canada axed the tax rebate for the EVs, and the sales went. So they basically ran out of money for this program, and they canceled it. And as of this week, the United States has finally done the same thing.
How dare you?
Yeah, Greta, sorry, but this is the reality of it. And as all of you will know, I'm not a great EV fan. I have nothing against EVs or people that buy them, but I am against being told what to buy, and this is what's happening here. People want choice. If you want to go buy an EV, I say great, go buy an EV. But why should the taxpayers have to pay for it? So anyhow, I won't go on too much of a rant about that, but we'll kind of look at what happened here and why this car was canceled. I mean, this car had great potential, but the car market went too far, too fast in the EV directions, and unfortunately, workers are now paying the price, particularly at GM. It started with the Cami plant in Ontario, Canada. Basically, these people there have been laid off for weeks and don't know when they're coming back because GM put in an EV delivery truck that is a very low volume seller and been even lower than what people thought it was going to be. So, yeah. And now, as of the last few weeks here, the United States is also pulling shift after shift, not workers, but entire shifts out of the plants producing EVs. Not good news for the workers. Well, anyhow, so sluggish EV demand has led to this sluggish EV demand, and the banishment of the EV tax credit is, to my estimation, why this car is dead. Now, this car was supposed to have an 800-volt drivetrain. This would have been very impressive. And I mean, considering most EVs typically have about a 400-volt drivetrain. But even still, it was said that unfortunately, this car would still pale in comparison, performance-wise anyhow, to the Tesla Plaid Edition. So that wasn't good for it. I would argue, though, that the Dodge Charger Daytona was a far better looking vehicle inside and out. I mean, as some of you may have heard from me in previous videos, my biggest beef with Tesla is their interior. It's garbage. I'm sorry, but it's just, there's nothing there. You got this giant tablet thing in the middle of the dash. That's all you have. I mean, the quality is there. I won't say that the quality isn't there, but it's just too plain. And it doesn't look like a normal car. And if you want to bring people into the EV market, you have to make it look like a normal car. And most EVs don't. And why do EVs like to put this light bar across the front end of all their cars? I don't know what it is with that, why they're obsessed with that, but they all do it. Anyhow, that's just a side rant for that. But anyhow, so you're expecting people, although the performance was impressive, you're expecting people to buy a car that doesn't have the performance of a Tesla, costs more money. I mean, this car was estimated to run in the range of $110,000 to $120,000 US. That is an astronomical number. I don't even know what that would have been in Canada. I mean, you're probably looking at 140 or 50,000 Canadian. I mean, you can buy a pretty nicely equipped Corvette for that kind of money. Or, you know, buy another car and save yourself a lot of coin. Anyhow. So I think the demise of this also is tied to Stellantis' financial issues they're having right now. I mean, let's face it, this car was going to be a very low volume seller and cost a lot of money in development. So is it really going to be a good idea for them to put a lot of money into the development of this car while not having a lot of return? And we all know EVs lose money. All the manufacturers are losing money. The only one I think that I have heard recently that's coming close to breaking even, and I'm not even talking about making a profit, I'm talking about breaking even, is Ford and their Mach-E. And they've had this one out in the market for quite a while, and for it just to be breaking even now, that's not a good thing. So canceling this car would generate a lot of, free up a lot of money for Stellantis to put in other avenues. I mean, right now, they're focusing on the rebirth of the Hemi and focusing on their gasoline-powered cars, which are making them a profit. You can't fault a company for that because a company is out there to make a profit. And the profit isn't there in EVs at this point. So I think, personally, without the Hemi and bringing the Hemi back to Dodge in North America, I think the brand would be dead. It'd be dead in probably 2 years from now, 3 tops. So that's my point of view on that. Now, I had this little tidbit of information I heard recently too. As rumor is that Dodge is working on a new Halo car and is not going to be an EV. What is it going to be? I don't know. What do you think it's going to be? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. And let me know what you think. Are you disappointed that you're not going to be able to see this Banshee on the road? Are you going to be disappointed that you're not going to be able to drive it? Possibly buy one? I don't know. I don't know what the people's opinion on that is. But anyhow, let me know in the comments below what you think. Anyhow, that's my view from behind the wheel. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Until then, have yourselves a great day.